Hi friends, welcome back. So will Musk stay or leave Tesla? That's the subject of today's video, and where is his career going? I think I have some interesting answers for this. I want to share this, and let's just jump right in. So first guys, we talked about this headline yesterday. This is the big one. Elon Musk ordered NVIDIA to ship thousands of AI chips reserved for Tesla to X and XAI. And true story, when I showed my wife the headline yesterday, this was the first thing she said. Is Tesla paying for these things? And a lot of you had mentioned that as well. Isn't this illegal? Something's going shady going on here. I'll just say it doesn't look good, especially if you're a Tesla stock owner. It seems like his essentially priorities are over XAI. So one, I think Elon Musk is leaving Tesla no matter what. That's sort of how I see things going. Two, what's he going to be doing with X and XAI? That's an interesting question. So theoretically, right, because Tesla's just a car company, Musk could take all of the staff and the important equipment, etc., with him from Tesla, take it over to XAI. Why not? He's the CEO, and who's going to stop him? People seem to be enabling him all the time. So he'll take the robots with him. He'll take the Grok thing, and actually the Grok thing is already part of Twitter / XAI. Because one thing that someone brought up an interesting point is if he was really serious about Tesla, he could have made the whole XAI thing. And if you don't know, that's like his new venture he's been raising money for. He could have made that part of Tesla. Totally could have, but he's not, right? This is separate. And so where I think he's going, get this, I'm thinking he's going to the digital pimp era, starting a whole new career path. And you laugh about this stuff, but guys, just think about all the stuff he says. He talks about free speech all the time, right? He's always talking about procreating. He himself has 10 kids. This is sort of something that he talks about quite frequently. Moreover, just recently, this is headlines, X Twitter is officially allowing porn and other adult content. This is coming on June 4th, 2024. These are the essentially change in X's policies. Elon's X now officially allows porn after update to policies. And they've already got the title, right? That's already called X. They switched over from twitter.com to x.com. I mean, why not buy XXX.com while you're at it, right? And moreover, we know that Tesla's fans, right? They think that you can buy a Cybertruck and all the ladies will become streaming your way. And I do mean streaming, right? Be it like an OnlyFans kind of stuff or whatever, favorite adult content site that you like. I mean, X is already kind of in that space. And I'll just be honest, it is lucrative. And also, too, this is a very real thing for any kind of technology to push forward. Say when I was a kid, for example, VHS, Betamax, etc. The real winner wasn't who had the best technology. The real winner was who could convince the adult industry to use said technology. I think it's going to be the same for AI. I think it's going to be the same for VR. Any of these kind of things, right? If you want to get me to wear the goggles, put some content I want to watch. And it's not something that how can I say? We talk about all the time on this channel, but I'm just being real with you. I think actually there is money in there. And why not? He's got a big name. He knows a lot of people, and he seems to sort of be pushing that kind of content. This gets likes and views, and moreover, Musk is if you're going to go that route with the adult content kind of stuff, or all the other quote free speech for everyone kind of things. Advertisers don't necessarily want their products advertised to next to said kind of tweets and stuff like that. So then the basic gist would be go to a subscription model only, because they're kind of going that way as it is. And if you're going to go subscription model only, then you're going to go into premium content, and why not adult content? This is sort of why I'm thinking this, and I just want to get your thoughts. And it's interesting because this is a quote from the safety account over at X/Twitter. It says, "We have launched adult content and violent content policies to bring more clarity of our rules and transparency into enforcement of these areas. These policies replace, right, they're changing their policies, replace former sensitive media and violent speech policies, but what we enforce against hasn't changed. Adult content covers our approach to sharing consensual sexual content and adult nudity. Violent content covers violent speech and violent media to allow for a more holistic approach to combating violence in all forms." The basic gist of it is that if you consent, right, meaning that I agree to see adult content, then they're going to show it to you. And if everyone on their platform agrees to it, then it's essentially going to become an X site, which it already is. Moreover, which is actually really interesting, I guess one of their big employees left. It was this is the headline here, the only PR employee. It was Lisa, sorry, not Lisa, Linda Yasserino's, I guess, like top person there. If you remember, they brought in Linda to essentially try to bring advertisers back because she was an exec over at NBC. And they started losing advertisers. Like she was sitting in the audience when Elon told Disney and other advertisers to go F themselves, right? And I'm just thinking this is where you're going, because if you're losing advertisers, and if you're in Elon's case, in the whole, it's like $13 billion because he had to borrow money to, buy Twitter. And if there's an audience for this kind of content, adult content, I mean, from his point of view, why not? And I'm not, against whatever he wants to do with his company. I'm just telling you, I think this is where there's a high chance that he's going. Moreover, there was actually a couple other interesting stories coming out which is related to this stuff, because one of the things that I think is important with any of these kind of dealings or these kind of people, don't look at what they say, look at what they do. Now read this headline, it's a funny one. Elon Musk reportedly bought a secret mansion. Was this like a Playboy mansion thing? Shortly after selling all his possessions and publicly vowing will own no home. Now, how do you get around these kind of statements, right? He'll say, homes aren't important to me, material possessions aren't important to me, etc. And when he said this kind of stuff, I guess he was staying with another rich person, like a PayPal friend, and they were living in a $12 million mansion. And then the interesting thing about it is that it's true that Elon Musk doesn't necessarily own said mansion. He has his LLCs buy it. And I guess he's done that a couple of times. I read that and I'm like, okay, I get it, right? So he can say, no, I'm not buying no mansion, right? But, his corporation, or he could have his brother buy it, or he could have his, whatever, because he has lots of different entities that can buy things on his behalf, but he can claim that he doesn't, own anything. The other thing is too, which is very real for these kind of people, is they may claim a primary residence being like this small little shack, right, somewhere, but like the place that they're really at all the time is like some really nice place. Because like, do you honestly think, Elon Musk is going to live in a little shack or like live in his car? Probably not. I mean, let's be honest. And also, to be fair to Elon Musk, he does have to keep some privacy because, you don't necessarily want your address out there if you're this kind of person, and you can take that any way that you want. But this is for any of these kind of people. You have security, for a reason. The other thing too, which I'm thinking that, why is he pivoting over to XAI and perhaps the adult industry? He's now facing competition for SpaceX. This is just today, guys. Boeing Starliner launches astronauts first time in historic liftoff. So if you're facing mass competition in the car space, be it Tesla, if you're starting to get some competition from Boeing and others in the SpaceX arena, right? You're like, oh crap, I already have this platform. I owe a bunch of money on said thing. I enjoy doing said thing on X because he's clearly on there all the time. And if you can get adult content and more people paying, why not? You owe people money, get people excited about it. You already have a fan base that is already into that kind of stuff. And I just think that's where this is going. And moreover, the last thing I want to mention, which is really interesting, guys, check this out every day. I check it out. This is the SEC filings over at Tesla. It's like so much. He's on Twitter/X all the time, pumping up, pay me money, get a tour with the Gigafactory, and then he's pumping up his friend. This is, they have to like publicly now, how can I say, disclose to the SEC all the stuff they're doing on social media because this is leading up to the vote. Hey, Rob Barron, you're my buddy. Teslanomics, one of the pumpers, hey, you're my buddy, pumping up another buddy. This is the Boomer Mama person, hey, this is all the disclosures in the SEC fines. It's crazy. And then also to the Mars Kellogg dude. So that's my thoughts on this. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think? Do you think this whole adult content thing on X is suitable for Musk? Would he make a great digital pimp? And could he figure out a way to get Grok and the robots involved, meaning that maybe we'll be renting robots and having the sort of taxi service sort of usher the robot to your house and you can have your way. Anyway, please share your thoughts on this one, and I'll catch you on the next video.